So this is the story of how I met Julia. Julia is a lovely Turkish lady, and we are going to have this story while watching how Turkish coffee is done. So I just spent the weekend in Istanbul with her, and it was awesome. So how I met Julia. Julia and I met during a time when I felt like my life was interesting. I was interested in AI. I was learning a lot about AI. I was actually very invested in figuring out how AI works. She was giving a presentation about AI at a conference that I was in. And then we exchanged numbers. I tried to talk to her during the event, but there were so many people talking to her and she was in such a hurry. And then she left. So when I did not talk to her, but I saved her number and I thought, okay, one day I will join her. I will go to one of her trainings or something like that. A few months later, I think, yes, it was a few months later, I got let go from my job. And when I was let go from the job, she was one of the people that I thought, well, now I have time. Let me have coffee with her. So we went and met for this coffee. When I went to meet her for coffee, I was looking more for recommendations of what trainings to do as an assistant who's feeling like my job prospects might be taken away by AI. And she told me a lot about digital stuff and what I need to look at. And this was really great information for me to have. So after that, again, silence for a few months. Then one time we met again and we talked about a whole other different thing. Then again, silence for a few months. And then we met again one time because she was asking me, she had seen something about my events and she was asking me what it's about. I told her what it's about. Then again, silence for a few months. Then she came for one of my events. One time she sent me a message, told me, I happen to be free that weekend. Where do I buy the tickets? So she came for the event. And we totally hit it off. And that was this year, February, actually. We really hit it off. I always knew, I had by then seen her at quite a number of events, and I knew her energy and I knew how upbeat she was. But, this one was on a whole other level. So during that event, we decided that we were going to go to Istanbul. And we were supposed to be quite a number of us, which it's a whole other story, which maybe I'll do another video about, but quite a few people did not come, and then we ended up being quite few. Anyway, so what all this is to say that networking sometimes takes time. If you meet somebody and you feel like they have something that they can offer you, it doesn't have to be high. Do you know of any jobs? No. And then you let the person go? No. Remember them, keep them somewhere at the back of your mind. And then when the opportunity presents itself, it doesn't always have to be you're looking for something. It can always be, I saw this and now I'm interested. Remember people by what they do. Remember, which is why I tell people when they come for my events, for example, I tell them, make sure you don't start with, I'm looking for a job. Start with giving somebody something to remember you by. You can say you're the best, whatever. But if somebody doesn't have a job for you, if the only thing you want from them is a job, they don't have a reason to contact you. But then if they have time to have coffee with you, they have time to learn about you, one thing leads to another, and you get to talk about many things. I've talked to Julia about books. She gives trainings on how to write books. I wrote books. We've discussed a lot of things. She has written a few books herself. She has quite a lot of activities. So we bonded not based on what the other can offer, but based on the appreciation of what the other one is doing. So she appreciated my efforts on bringing together women, and I appreciated her efforts on everything she does, because she really does a lot. She's a teacher, she writes books, she gives trainings, she is chair lady of a whole association. She is really out there doing a lot of stuff. So this is just to mention that networking is not a one-day affair. Sometimes it's an investment. Okay, bye-bye.